We live in a very interesting age, and perhaps one of the most interesting things about the times in which we live is this. Some of the most serious crimes, it seems, in society today are not crimes against property or against physical persons, but are crimes of language. Use of the wrong pronoun, use of words that were once upon a time acceptable but are now considered to be deeply offensive. It's odd. Thomas Jefferson, of course, could famously talk about freedom of religion in terms of it didn't really matter to him whether his neighbour believed in one God or 10 gods or no God at all. It neither picked his pocket nor broke his leg. Jefferson was operating with a view of the world where crime was considered, we might say, in pretty physical terms. Today, crime seems to be something that is psychologically conceptualized. And that raises interesting questions about where does this come from and how do we see it manifested in the world around us today. We see some of it in the ever-changing politically correct vocabulary. I alluded just moments ago to the fact that words that were acceptable 5 or 10 years ago are now considered to be hurtful, hateful. We see it in the destabilization of terms that once upon a time were regarded as perhaps having a self-evident and stable meaning and are now regarded as incredibly difficult to define. For example, the notion of woman. 10, 15, 20 years ago, if anybody had raised a question about what a woman is, they would have been laughed at. They would have been seen to be ridiculous. Yet today, some of the greatest legal minds in our country, members of the Supreme Court, for example, seem incapable of providing a stable, clear definition of what a woman is.